I have your attention, please? The show starts in
Ladies and gentlemen, good evening and welcome.
8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, go.
I do this for the champions. Wake up, roll, work for the stamina. Slip left, counter right, cross standing up. Body shots got him looking like he can't get up. Uppercuts got him looking like he ain't that tough. You gonna need an ice pack and some help back up. This will come after. The showdown goes down, jotting down, pound for pound, coach rounds and the 13th round.
Fight fans, this is the 13th round, where we discuss all things boxing, better boxing. And on tonight's episode, we will be recapping last week's big fight weekend, including the return of Jaron Boots Ennis as he took on David Avanesyan in his hometown of Philadelphia, Pennsylvania. Big shout out to everybody who watching in the live stream right now. Got to give a shout out to you guys. Make sure you be sure to hit the like button. All right. Big fight weekend. We did not get a chance to go live for the fight, but we did get a chance to get to the bag, and that we did. We won 2 solid bets. We brought home over $500 of profit. Big shout out to Rounds Boxing Club and everybody else who got to the bag. So you know we got Betting on Boxing coming soon. I've already uploaded one of those. We got one upload, so be on the lookout for that coming your way. We got some quick boxing news to unravel before we actually get into our show. First, today, Mauricio Suleiman got on X and has named William Zepeda the mandatory for Shakur Stevenson. So now we get to see what Shakur Stevenson is really about. I believe that will be a very exciting fight. It should be no excuses. And I believe that William Zepeda will make Shakur Stevenson have to fight. I mean, Zepeda throws a ton of punches, and Shakur Stevenson is going to have to fight to keep Zepeda off of him. And not only that, just to keep up with the work rate if he does want to win rounds. So, I'm looking very forward to that fight. Other boxing news, the Miracle Man Danny Jacobs has retired after his defeat to Shane Mosley Jr. Danny Jacobs came back after a long time away from the ring. He took a stint off and he came back and he made it to the final bell, but maybe, sometimes as fighters, they have to get that last fight out of their system, that last training camp. So I'm thinking that's what this was for Danny Jacobs. I don't think he was looking to compete in the 160-pound division. I think he just wanted one more fight, win, lose, or draw. He probably was out of there. Big shout out to Danny Jacobs. You had a wonderful career. We've seen Danny Jacobs grace the ring with Canelo Alvarez, Triple G, Gennady Golovkin. One fight we didn't get to see, man. I wanted to see Danny Jacobs and Charlo get down. I believe that's Jamal. That was Jamal Charlo, Danny Jacobs was going back and forth with. And I really wanted to see that fight happen. We didn't get to see it. Oh, well. Great career. Danny Jacobs hats off, salute to you. And they call him the Miracle Man, if you guys don't know, because he's the first world champion to beat cancer. You know, he beat cancer and then became a world champion. So that's big time for Danny Jacobs. Also, let's see what else we got going. We'll go ahead and get into last night's fight results. So what I'm going to do before I do that, I'm going to open up the phone lines. We'll get into last night's fight results. Phone lines are open. Be sure to give us a call if you want to chime in. The number to call is 213-543-4464. Give us a call. We are here waiting to hear your opinion about, you know, anything concerning boxing. The topic is really Jaron Ennis and David Avanesyan recap of the whole fight weekend, and we'll go ahead and get started. This weekend, we all know that Jaron Boots Ennis stopped David Avanesyan in round number 5. So I'll go ahead and kind of give you guys a little play-by-play of how it went down. Jaron Boots Ennis stepped into the ring 32-0 with 29 knockouts. Well, he was 31-0 before and 28 knockouts. Now he's 32-0 with 29 knockouts. And he had a wonderful homecoming as he was coming back home to Philadelphia. And it was the main event of the night, and he stopped David Avanesyan after 5 full rounds of action. The fight started off with Jaron Ennis showcasing his speed and power and fluidity, with him feeling so comfortable that he ended up fighting most of the beginning of the fight inside of the pocket and exchanging big combinations with David Avanesyan, clearly getting the better of those exchanges. The punishing and steady body attack coming from Boots Ennis began to take a toll on David Avanesyan, and Boots would then time a nice left-handed counter and drop Avanesyan in the 5th round. Avanesyan would get up from the knockdown, but would have to suffer more sharp punches while viewers watch him wincing at some of the body shots that he took. Avanesyan would make it to the final bell, but Avanesyan's corner decided that the suffering was enough and, you know, advised the referee that they were stopping the fight, and Jaron Ennis was the victor. So that was good to kind of see the coronation of Boots Ennis, being that he is the IBF welterweight champion of the world, you know, and this is his first fight defending that crown, and really with us seeing him with the belt, being that, you know, Terrence Crawford was the undisputed welterweight champion and was stripped by the IBF. So, you know, this was the coronation of Jaron Ennis as the IBF welterweight champion. Also on that card, we had Jaleel Hackett versus Peter Dobson. Jaleel Hackett took a unanimous decision win, but it didn't come as easily as many might have expected. Hackett got off to a fast start, but it seemed to be exactly what the veteran Peter Dobson was expecting, as Dobson weathered the storm. And he made a stand in the second half of the fight. But unfortunately for Peter Dobson, he needed to do far more than what he did, and Hackett did take the fight on points, despite Dobson winning some of the later rounds. There was another fight on the card that was very interesting, as you had Sky Nicholson taking on Diana Vargas. Sky Nicholson cruised to a unanimous decision victory and is clearly levels above Diana Vargas, who had extreme difficulty landing her shots. I mean, she threw a slew of punches and missed even more. So, you know, Sky Nicholson pretty much had her way with Diana Nicholson as she cruised to a unanimous decision victory. Also on that card, you had the light heavyweight prospect / sensation Khalil Cole knock out Kwame Ritter in devastating fashion. If you watched that fight, you saw Khalil Cole really show off his boxing skills, picking his shots and knowing when to throw the power shots. And Khalil Cole hit Kwame Ritter with a shot that really buzzed him up really good in that fight. And eventually it put him down, and he got back up, and he took too many shots from from Khalil Cole, and the referee stepped in and stopped the bout in round number 2. Over on ESPN, the Top Rank card, we all know that the main event was supposed to be Janabek Amli Connolly. He was supposed to be taking on Andre Makalovich. Well, Janabek actually passed out in preparation for weigh-ins. The day before weigh-ins, he passed out. So, of course, that fight was canceled. So, the main event ended up being Tevin Farmer versus Raymond Muratalla, which was actually a really good fight. Muratalla went on to win the fight, by unanimous decision. But I thought Tevin Farmer showed a great showing of himself. He had no reason to hang his head. He fought a very tough opponent. We know Tevin Farmer took some time off. He's had a few fights since then, to get him back to this level to fight Muratalla. But, he came up short, and congratulations to all of the fighters: Sky Nicholson, Raymond Muratalla, Khalil Cole, Jaleel Hackett, and Jerron Boots Ennis for giving us some wonderful performances over the weekend. So we got this week coming up. We got the big Jake Paul versus Mike Perry card. Those of you who know me know I'm not really big on Jake Paul boxing as far as covering it. But I will say the last time that I did watch Jake Paul, I did see the maturation in his boxing game. I could see him getting better, the progression. You could tell that he has been in the gym working on certain aspects of his fight game. On the undercard, you have Amanda Serrano taking on Stevie Morgan. And I'm looking forward to seeing Amanda Serrano. She's one of my favorite. I always say Amanda Serrano is the female Manny Pacquiao. But I really enjoy watching Amanda Serrano fight. She's always entertaining. Chantel Cameron will be fighting as well over on the Zone Matchroom. She's taking on Ella Mecklahead, and that should be a pretty good fight. Of course, Chantel Cameron and Amanda Serrano were supposed to be fighting on the undercard of Mike Tyson and Jake Paul, which is supposed to be going down, I believe, this weekend. But now they're fighting separate opponents, kind of getting tune-up fights for their bout later on this year in November. Also, we got Solomon DeAkers is taking on David Adelaide. And we got a big rematch with Nathan Haney and Brad Pauls. That is going to be a really good fight. I cannot wait to see that fight. That is a rematch of middleweight showdown. That first fight was, I believe, in March this year, and that fight ended in a draw. So here we go. We're going to run it back and see who wins. So I am looking forward to seeing that fight. Also on that card, we got my girl Shadacia Green will be taking on Natasha Spence. Shadacia Green, I'm looking for a big showcase. She probably will get the knockout. Both of these girls are heavy punchers, so this will be a good card. You also have Julio Cesar Chavez Jr. returning to the ring, and he's facing Uriah Hall, which should be a good match. Uriah Hall is a former UFC fighter, MMA fighter, but he has converted to boxing. This is going to be his second fight. He's 1-0. I believe he scored a knockout in his first fight. I'd have to go back and look at his box rec, but it should be a pretty interesting fight. Julio Cesar Chavez Jr. will be the favorite with a record of 33-6-1. So yeah, I'm expecting Julio Cesar Chavez to be the favorite in that fight. Friday night, Alexis Rocha returns to the ring to take on Santiago Dominguez. Santiago Dominguez. Santiago Dominguez is 27-0. Alexis Rocha is coming off a loss to Giovanni Santillan. I'm interested to see how he bounces back. This will be a tough fight for him, especially, the way that he lost to Giovanni Santillan. This guy that he's fighting doesn't know how to lose. It will be interesting to see how this match plays out. Now, as far as this week goes, I will be banging out a few predictions. We got about 7 fights that I really want to cover. So if I get to 5 or 6 of them, I will be happy. So we will be doing more filming later on tonight. Right now, we are going to have a quick message from Mr. James Lights Out Tony.
Yo, what's up? This is James Lights Out Tony, the one only. Please go subscribe to Ron's Bicycle Club. My people, great people. I guarantee you go to the gym, check them out. Lights out, baby, all day, every day.
Lights out. Yeah, it was a wonderful weekend. We'll try to go live actually a little bit later on in the week. I got some topics I do want to discuss as far as the 140-pound division and Jerron Boots Ennis. So we are definitely looking forward to that. Trying to see other news, anything else big happen in boxing. Yeah, the Shakur Stevenson and Williams Zepeda is the biggest news we got of the day. I cannot wait to see if that fight comes to fruition. Right now we're gonna shout out a few of our subscribers. Here we go. Let's get it going. All right. Big shout out goes out to Son of Apollo. Big shout out, Son of Apollo. Let's see. Give me a shot. Let's shout out Jonah Falculon. Jonah. Big shout out to you, Jonah Falculon. Let's see. Let me get Fast Car Eddie Hearns. I think that's what he goes by, Fast Car Eddie Hearns. Big shout out to Fast Car Eddie Hearns. Mr. Theo. Shout out Mr. Theo. Shout out Gadfly Gang. We do appreciate you. Shout out everybody who tuned in, who watched. We do appreciate you here at Rounds Boxing Club as always. We rocking out tonight. Ladies and gentlemen, that is our show. That is the 13th round. We do appreciate you stopping by. Be sure to like, subscribe, share. Tell somebody about the channel. We are here for your boxing viewing pleasure. You guys know the drill. Like, subscribe, protect yourself at all times. We out. Peace.